Hello, and welcome back to my fancy library. In this video, we'll be taking a look at how to set up an attendance quiz on Canvas for TAs. Now, these quizzes could be for either lab or discussion, or for anything else you need to keep attendance for. Say, if you're uploading videos to Canvas and you want to make sure that your students are attending asynchronously your lab discussion or whatever event it is. One way we found effective to ensure students are watching the video of whatever it is to let the TA or have the TA say a keyword somewhere in the video. So like, near the end of my video, if I wanted to say the keyword is Meeseeks, then I could post a quiz on the Canvas and I could ask the students, what was the keyword of the video? And they would have to watch the video to learn the answer. So how far you want to take it is up to you. You could have multiple keywords at different times throughout the lab video or discussion video, or you could just ask questions that you think are specific to your video, and that would work too. So to start this, we start on the Canvas homepage. Allow me to share my screen. Once you're at the Canvas homepage, we can go to Assignments and see the various categories you might be able to group this quiz in. Once we're on the assignment screen, you'll just want to take a look through and see if there's an area, a category for your quizzes already. That would have been set up by the head TA or professor. Here you see I've set up a category called Lab Attendance Quizzes. So then I could have a category called Discussion Attendance Quizzes. How you set that up is up to you. You could have week 1 lab attendance quizzes, and then have all the TAs put their week 1 lab attendance quizzes there. How you organize that is up to you. Moving on. Now let's set up an actual quiz. So to do that, click on Quizzes on the left. Now, you'll see here there's a blue button for Add Quiz at the top. You can just name the quiz and say, I'm teaching Chem 2A section E09. And let's just say it's the week 1 lab for 2A. Intro to Lab Techniques. Right? Attendance quiz. To be sure that the students can tell what it is. And it's really important when you have a big class that the TAs are labeling these things adequately so that students know where to go. All right, so the quiz instructions, you can type something here or just familiarize your students in class. You can just say, please answer the It's up to you what you would want to put there. Let's move on. So the way I set up that assignment, that category on Canvas, was that I assigned it 0% of the grade. So there's a few ways to do this. So that way I can put this as a graded quiz and I can categorize it on Canvas under that certain assignment, which was the attendance quizzes. You go to practice quizzes, these things all get put under the same category under practice quiz. And so you'll end up with a lot of practice quizzes under the same category if you do that. So it really depends on your needs and how many sections you have and how many different quizzes you're going to have simultaneously. Okay, so for now I'm going to pick graded quiz. In the assignment group, I've just created this lab attendance quizzes. And again, that's something that should be set up by your head TA or instructor, and you'll want to confirm that with them before you make these. So here, you'll just see a few options. There's shuffle answers. You can give a time limit. You can allow multiple attempts. That's just up to you. Have them keep the latest, highest. Just make sure you communicate to your students what you've set it at. That's probably the most important thing. And then let students see their quiz responses. I'll uncheck that so the student actually has to get the proper term. You You can show one question at a time. That's fine if you're going to make it multiple questions, but you don't have to. So here, assign. Now just assign it to your section or your 2 sections, whatever you have. So for me, it would be E09 there. And then the due date, you can just set like at lab time, an hour before lab time. Again, just make sure that you communicate to your students when it's going to come down. There we go. And so now I've set the deadlines and when it's unavailable. So since it's unavailable at October 20th at 12:10 p.m., that's when it will come down. You can also have that due date there, 12:10 p.m., and also still have it available, and it'll be marked. You'll see it marked late. So that part's up to you. Then we can go to questions. And to add a new question, click on new question. So what you want to call it up here is up to you. You can go key, just depends how you want to set it up. Keyword number 1. And over here, you can make it multiple choice or just fill in the blank. Okay, what is the first keyword? And here you can put all the possible answers. So if you wanted to have multiple answers available, you could type them. So just say I said it was me seeks. And then the second possible answer for the first keyword was chemistry. So they could, for the first keyword, they could enter in me seeks or chemistry if I saved it like this. I'm just going to have just one keyword for the first one. Update. There, you could have a second question if you want. You can leave it at fill in the blank. And the points are kind of not that important. You're just making sure that they watch your video. So you could call it 5, 10. That's not necessarily important, and because this thing's not even going to go towards their grade directly like that. So keyword number 2. What is the second keyword? You could also put a question there like, what did I say at 1 minute 41 seconds in the video? What did I say at 2 minutes 52 seconds? You know, what word that starts with C did I say at this time? That part's kind of up to you. Exactly how you want to quiz your students on attendance. What's the second keyword? Just say I said it was chemistry. It turns out that's not case sensitive. I've actually tried it. All lowercase, and it still accepts the answer. So there you go. You can show question details if you want to see those. That's fine. And now you can save it. So you can save and publish, and it'll be directly available to students. You can just save it and take a look at it. And now this warning I have is the system telling me, hey, like there's a bunch of sections to this class, and only one of them. Look at all these sections that aren't going to see this quiz. Only one of them is going to get the quiz. Are you sure you don't want to make the quiz available for all the other sections? Well, if you're just teaching 1 or 2 sections, just make sure it's only available to those 1 or 2 sections. So I saved it. I could have hit save and published if I was ready for it to go out. I kind of like to just take a look at these things before I do that. And it even tells you here this quiz is unpublished, and only teachers can see the quiz until it's published. So let's just check the quiz out to make sure we did it right. You can hit preview, and you'll see the questions. Okay, you can even try them out and hit submit quiz if you want. Let's just put the wrong answer here. Say I guessed guanosine for some reason instead of chemistry. And now I tried the quiz, and look, it said I got question 1 right, but not question 2. And since I unselected an option earlier, it doesn't tell me the answer. So that's kind of how you set these things up. This was just a video for an attendance quiz, which is rather straightforward. And now you'll just hit publish to let the students see it. And then your section will be able to see it until the available date that you set, if you set one. So that's it for now. I'm glad you were able to come back and visit me in my fancy library. I'll see you next time.